G'day Argy Bargy crew, hope you're having a fantastic day today and your family's happy and healthy. We're taking a look at Farming Simulator 22 because I've been getting a lot of people asking about whether it's worth getting or not, and whether or not it's everything to everybody. We'll find out what you think at the end of this anyway. So let's take a look. We'll watch the trailer first.
Well, maybe some have, but a few of us still know. You gotta be willing to put in the time, make the sacrifices, and the hard choices. The job's got its perks, don't get me wrong. The sweet smell of the morning dew, the way the warm sun and the cool breeze can dance across your skin. But don't think it's a game. The farm's got a way of sorting the wheat from the chaff. Just remember to keep your wits about you. You fall, you get back up again. Because this is more than just a job. It's a calling. Who else would choose to wake up early in the morning, tear up their hands working in the fields all day, and then spend the evening planning how they're gonna do it all over again, better, tomorrow? Day after day. Season after season. Year after year. That's a calling that's never ending. It stretches far forward and back from us as long as farmers have been tending this earth. And farmers will be around as long as such a thing exists. Tomorrow is secured by those willing to dirty their hands today. So when you feel alone out there in the field, just remember, you're not. Think about all those that have come before you. And all those that'll follow. Plant today. Harvest tomorrow.
Okay, so that's the trailer. All right, so Farming Simulator 2, what is it? All right, it is exactly what it says, a farming simulator, but it's with a difference. When you initially start out, when I first got the game, I got it because it had harvesting and crops and whatnot. It also had livestock that you could tend. So as far as a farming simulator goes, it's got everything you need. It's got all the machinery, it's got the fields, it's got the crops. You can hire workers to work for you, etc., etc. You sell your crops, you can get contracts where you can work for other people while you own your own farm. But also why I got it was because I heard that you could get into other forms of farming, if you want to call it that, or country lifestyle work. And one of the main things I was interested in was the logging side of it, or the forestry side of the farming simulator. So it has all those things. It has, like I say, it has farming, has livestock, it has forestry, etc., etc. And I don't pretend to know everything about the game because I've only just scratched the surface of it. But from what I've seen, it offers quite a varied number of tasks that you can do on the land. So let's take a quick look at how you would start the game, and that way it will show you the various things that you can choose. So as you can see, I've got a couple of game saves. This is my forestry one, and this is my livestock one. I haven't actually got a farming one as such because I did start this one. That's a farming one, but I turned it into a livestock, and I'm only just really starting that one, and I'm a little way into this one. So again, like I say, don't pretend to be an expert on the game. But if I say something that's wrong, or I do something that's wrong, I apologise in advance. I don't want to mislead you. Again, like I say, I'm not an expert. I'm only just starting out really on the game. Even though I've had it for a little while, I let it sit in the background and now I'm getting into it and find it really interesting. So anyway, so you would click here on empty slot to start a new game, go to continue, and you've got 3 different difficulty levels that you can choose from. Got easy, medium, and hard. Naturally, with the easy, you basically start out where you own land, and you're profitable straight off, and the gameplay elements are an easy. With medium, it's just your standard type of game. You don't own any land, but you've got some substantial funds ready for spending, and the economy is stable, blah, blah, blah. Then you've got this one where you start from scratch, which is the hardest, of course, where the economy is tough, you don't own any land, you already owe money to the bank, etc., etc. So naturally, I went for easy. And the reason I went for easy because I wanted to check it out before I got into the harder levels so that I knew what I was doing before I took it on. Because, to be honest, if you start any of these types of games on the hard level, sometimes you just get that frustrated that you walk away from it because you don't know what you're doing. So I thought, well, if I go with the easy one, at least that way I'll end up knowing what I'm doing, and then I can go into the harder levels. So once you've chosen your level, you then continue on, and you get to choose which map you want. So with the game, you've got 4 maps to choose from. You've got Elm Creek, which is basically your farmland and livestock farming that you can do here. Then you've got don't know how to pronounce that. I think that I haven't even checked this map out, so I don't know what's on it. But I'm guessing by the looks of it, it would be a winery type situation where you can have grapes and whatnot. Just by looking at the landscape, again, I don't know. I haven't read anything about it. Not pretending to know what it is. Then you've got El Grat. Again, I'm guessing this will be general farming, maybe a bit of forestry. Might be an all-round map, you know what I mean, where you can do wines and etc., etc. And then you've got the Silver Run Forest, and this is the one that I use for my forestry one because it's a forest, naturally. So they're the 4 different maps that you can choose from at the moment. I don't know if there's any other maps that you can get. There probably is with the modding. I don't think there's any in the DLC or anything like that. But they're the 4 maps at the base game. Or actually, I've bought the premium DLC. I think it's called the premium DLC that I use on the game. But anyway, so let's take a look at this one here. Again, this is the livestock one. Only just starting out. I don't have any animals on it or anything like that. I've got it set up to accept animals and etc. These are the mods that I've got. Sorry, there we are. The Platinum expansion is what I've got. And that includes the forestry. And that's why I got it, because I wanted to do forestry work. I've also got the emergency pack where you can... Pretty sure what you can do with that is you can put out fires and stuff. I haven't even looked into it yet. So again, no expert. But anyway, so let's start on the Elm Creek one. Like I say, this is your general farming map. I don't think there's any forestry stuff on it, but we'll wait for it to load and then we'll get into it. Okay, so here we are on the farm. And as you can see, we've got a little farmhouse. I'll get out here so you can stand back and have a look at it. Actually, what I'll do while we're here is I will activate the wheel cam so you can see the setup I've got for it. Okay, so I've got a little keyboard here that I bought for about $8 or something. It's just an external pad or numpad, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, I've got different labels printed on it. And if you look up in the top left corner, you'll see what I mean. Actually, what I'll do is I'll expand that. Just hang on for a tick. We'll expand this a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, so this is a little numpad that I've got. It's got a rotary switch on it as well, and 6 keys that I use for walking around. So I have that. I have the 2 tablets that are control panel. This is a control panel for all the machinery that you use in game, and this is what they call an active run page. I don't know if you can see that, probably it's a bit overexposed, but this is an active run page, and what it does is it gives you all the telemetry from your machinery and what's going on with it. So I've got those 2, this key or numpad set up. I've also got the steering wheel set up. The gear shift works. The pedals down below, they work. I had the button box that I normally use connected to it, but I've taken that off at the moment because I'm upgrading a few of the components in it to better quality components, because I'm basically, it was a prototype to see how it would go and if any of the components would break down under heavy use. I found a few that did, so I'm now waiting on parts for that, and I will be putting them on sale. But that's another video. Once I've done that, I'll produce a video to show you the button boxes that I'll be making. Anyway, so yeah, so I have the button box, these controllers, this numpad, wheel, gearbox, pedals. Also, I have keyboard, which you can't see, it's off screen. I've got the mouse as well, and also I use a controller that I've got connected. So you can have multiple devices connected to it, and it accepts them all really well. Naturally, you've got to keybind everything, but once you've done that, away you go. Excuse me, losing my voice. So yeah, so that's the setup I forgot. So let's put that back to where it was and move on. So yeah, so this is the map of Elm Creek or whatever it was called. I've forgotten the name already. And this is my property here, and as you can see, I've got all the wildlife, livestock in here. We've got sheep, horses, cattle, pigs. Let's zoom in a bit. Also got a bee farm along here and a honey factory here that produces honey. I own that and produce my own honey, and yeah, bottle that up and away we go. Again, like I say, I'm only just starting out. This is some of the crops that I've got to feed the animals. But let's get out of that and have a look at the farm itself, like we were supposed to be doing. I've got various bits of machinery on here at the moment. I've got a big truck here, small one, a couple of harvesters, etc., tractors, forklift, trailers, etc., etc. A couple of big silos, a barn. Over here is the horse stables and the horse pens. And again, like I say, there's 0 animals in here at the moment. Over here is crop fields. At the moment, I think this is cotton. It's over here. Yep, cotton. I don't know why I've got cotton there. That doesn't really feed the animals, but once that's harvested, I'm going to change it to a feed crop for the animals. Over here we have, what's this, corn, I think? That's sunflowers, which are all dead by the looks of it. That's because I've left it for a while. Should have harvested it before. I think it might still be all right to harvest. Ready for harvest, yep, okay. It's only going to give me 38% yield. Again, yeah, like I say, I'm only just starting out. I don't know what I'm doing with these, but these all will change as I go along. I'll harvest this cotton, get rid of it, and plant some sort of feed for the animals. Over here is chicken coop, I think. I think this is a chicken. Oh no, it's a cow barn. I'm sorry. Yeah, and as you can see, that's all the feed thing for the cows. It gives you an idea. So yeah, you then will plough your fields, plant crops, get rid of any rocks that are on the fields, you know, de-weed, all that stuff. What have we got here? I don't know. Whatever this is dead. Oh, here we go. Sorghum. It's withered. And it's because I've left it for a while. Haven't come back to it. Like I say, I've got to tidy up because I've been concentrating on the forestry. And here's the funny, the honey factory. The funny factory. Yep, that's the funny factory. My girlfriend thought that was extremely funny. Okay, so yeah, this is the funny factory where I produce the funny. As you can see, I've got some honey in here that needs to be sorted. These are all the beehives. You get the idea. I'm only going to sort of glimpse over this because, again, like I say, this is just a quick video to show you what it's all about. I'll be doing videos in the future where I'll go right through from start to scratch of doing projects or contracts or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, it's quite immersive is the word I was looking for. And there's quite a different few things that you can get into on the farming side. So that's the farm side of it. Now let's get out of here and we'll go over to the forestry one that I've done. And that way you get an idea of what I'm talking about. I love the forestry part of this game. So yeah, this is Silver Run Forest. We'll let that load and we'll show you what that's all about. Okay, so here we are in the forestry game. I've saved. We'll walk out here and have a look back so you can have a look at the home base here. This is a little home base that you have in the forestry section. Got a couple of vehicles here at the moment. Got the big tractor. I think that's a stone breaker here, or stone gather, or whatever you want to call it there. That's just a standard tractor. What have we got on the back of that? Not even sure what it is. We've got that, whatever that is. Looks like some sort of hoe or shovel or something. People that know anything about it will, that are watching, you'll let us know in the comments, won't you? Okay, so yeah, like I say, this is forestry. Within the forestry one, you're given different contracts, just like you are in the farming side of it, and they range from deadwood, which is removing dead trees from people's properties, removing rocks from their property, cultivating, that's again back into the farming side of it, and tree transport, and that's where the deadwood's already been cut down and the owner just wants you to transport it from their property to the sawmill. So you've got a few different contracts that I'm aware of so far. There's probably different ones as well, but these are the ones that I'm starting on. I've got two active at the moment. I've got the deadwood removal and the rock removal that I'm in the process of doing. I've got another 4 trees to remove in this one, and I've got another 7 rocks remaining in this one. So what we'll do is I'll quickly show you the rock removal contract. And what we do is find that if you go onto the map, you'll find these red rings with markers inside them, or icons inside them. As you can see, this has got a little rock icon, so you know that's where your rock removal is. This has got a tree icon, so that's where your dead tree removal is. And the ring means this is the area that those trees or those rocks will be in. So you know not to worry about looking around in these areas for the rocks or the trees, because they won't be there. And if you do find dead trees outside this area, it will tell you that you don't have permission to cut it down, or if you've already cut it down, it'll tell you that you did the wrong thing and you're a naughty boy. Same with the rocks here. You won't have permission. It'll say you do not have permission to be on this land once you're outside this area, if you try to attempt to bust up a rock or whatever. So you can only do it within this area. So the other thing that I don't like about this game, one of the only things, because the game itself, I must admit, I love everything about it. So as far as the question, is it everything to everybody? Probably not, but it has a little bit of everything for everybody, if you know what I mean. And it does it extremely well. I haven't found any glitches. The performance is great. I've got a slightly above average computer system, so it operates on that extremely well without any bugs on it. I've found in some areas it may lag sometimes, but only briefly, and then it jumps right back to being top performance. So as far as that goes, you've got no worries, unless you've got a potato for a computer system. So yeah, so that's the contracts you've got. It shows you your vehicles by clicking on here, or active workers that are out. As you can see, these are my various vehicles around the area, and it shows this flashing one is where I am at the moment. You can drag the map around and check things out. You can click on the icons that tells you what they are. For example, this is your sawmill down here. and this is where you can buy and sell logs and whatnot, timber of various sorts. It's the rural farm south, etc., etc. So the icons tell you exactly what there is, cafe, etc. This is where you buy vehicles. A lot of people also ask about how if it's got fast travel in it. As far as I know, it doesn't. But what I do to conquer that is I'll park a vehicle. You can see there's 3 vehicles here, but that's only because I've recently bought some and they end up there, and then I'll move them to wherever I go. But what I normally do is I'll pork. I gotta slow down. I'm talking too quick. Pork the pig. Anyway, yeah, I'll park a vehicle in. Shut up, yeah. That's my girlfriend laughing in the background. Pork a vehicle. Okay, so I'll park a vehicle where I want to fast travel to, because you can jump into a vehicle no matter where you are on the map. So, for example, I'm over here. If I want to end up over here, I just jump into this vehicle and I fast travel to that port. Okay, so that's a quick overview of some of the things you can do there. It also gives you a crop calendar if you're into the crops, and what crops you can plant and what harvest season, planting season, etc., etc. Tells you your weather, so if you want a weather forecast to check whether or not the weather's going to affect your crops. It gives you a graph of the cost if you're buying of crops. It will tell you if you're selling, but at the moment I don't have crops on this map, so it's not showing me the selling price, but that's no problem. On here it will show you your vehicle overview, gives you a rundown of all the vehicles that you own and what they're costing you to run. It also now shows you finances, how much money you earn and property incomes and so forth. Any livestock that you have, it'll show you here. It doesn't have that. This is your contract one, which we've already gone through. This is your production chain, showing any of your production sites. I don't have any at the moment, again, because like I say, I'm just starting out. Excuse me, this is your statistics. Again, don't have a great deal of them because I'm only just starting out. This is all your game settings. Won't go through this. I'll do another video on how to set up the various devices. Again, this is just a quick overview so you can have a look at whether or not it's something you'd be interested in. More controls, and over here it's just your general help screen. So if you're ever stuck with anything and you want to know what to do, what farmer do I want to be, and it goes through them. So yes, you can see here you've got your agricultural, your animal husbandry, and your forestry. Forestry is what I like, and the animal husbandry is another thing that I like. Not totally into the agricultural, but I'm going to give it a try at some stage, so I'll be making videos on that. Shows you how to start, tells you all about your shops, blah, 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 and goes right down. So if you ever need any help, it's got a complete glossary of all the health facts there for you. So let's get back here. All right, so what we'll do is I'll just quickly run through a job that I'm in the middle of doing. So this one here that I'm showing you now, this is removal of dead wood. Now what I'm in at the moment, we'll hop outside so you can have a look, zoom in a bit. I'm in a tree lopper. Okay, it's got the caterpillar tracks. So it's easier to maneuver on the rough surfaces and the hilly terrains that we're in. In this contract, what we're looking for is any deadwood. Now, so you know what the deadwood looks like, if you have a look at all these trees around here at the moment, they're all living and live, and there's nothing wrong with them. As you can see, all the foliage that's on them. So what you're looking for is a tree that has no foliage. In other words, it's dead. And then we'll lob one down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into hunting mode, see if I can find it. And again, if you look down in the bottom left of the screen, you'll see there that I've got a little map area. It shows that ring that I was talking about earlier, so that you can now know where you are on the map and that you're in the right area looking for your various things that you've got to do. So what we'll do is we'll start down here and see if we can find one. Now I normally go in the extended or the zoomed out view because it gives you a better view to find things. I don't know why I'm using the wheel for this. I should be using the joystick because it's a lot easier. Okay. See if we can find it. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. So as you can see, there's a dead tree back here. See here, see if I can try and get it zoomed in on the tree. See that there's a dead tree to the left of the machinery here, just behind it, and you can see there's no foliage on it. As we get closer, you'll see what I mean. Trying to show you so you can see what controls I'm using to do this. Right, so now we'll hop in, and as you can see, if you look up, see how that's a dead tree, the one straight in front of me? There's nothing on it. So that's a dead tree, and not only that, what it'll do is, as I get closer, we'll activate the machine, and we'll move a bit closer. Should see a ring light up on it. See that down the bottom? I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Outside's a better view. So it lights up and shows you that it's now it's green, means I can cut it down. And we'll try and get down lower. That's saying I've got to go up higher. Maybe not. Maybe I need to go in a bit. Yeah. Okay. So it's gone green. So now if I press cut, it cuts it down. So we lift it up, let it drop. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it back to our truck that we can load it onto and cut it into smaller lengths to fit onto the truck. And by looking at the map below, we can see that I've got to go up here to get to the truck. Now, of course, you can change view and do that from inside and just look in your rear view or turn around and watch as you reverse up the hill. As you can see, the truck's up here. As we come up here, we'll go up behind the truck. We'll cut this into a certain length. Let's just do so. We'll do it just here. Now I'll hop inside so you can see it's cutting that up. Now it's done. So all I'm doing is, because I've got it keybind is X on my controller, I just press X. And it cuts it for me into, I think I've got it for 6 meter length. And the final one. Bloop. All right, and then once you've done that, reverse out of the way. Whoops, wrong way. Out of the way of the truck so it can load up. Now we'll jump, whoops, wrong way, jump into the truck and use its crane. Oh, I made a mess of that. All right, this is going to be fun. Get in a better position so we can see what we're doing. Like I say, I'm only just starting out, so I'm getting used to the controls. Let's see if I can pick them up like that. I doubt it, but we'll give it a try. We've got a couple. Let's hopefully hope that we can hold on to them. They look like they're trying to get away. All right, we'll bring that over here. About so. I hope that the truck doesn't fall over because it's tilting a bit there. Just making sure we're on there straight. Yeah, it's looking good. Bingo. Right, so that's quick show on how you cut down some trees. So the object of this contract is you've got to go through, find all the dead trees. So it's not, they don't just point them out to you, you've got to go through and find them. So you're looking for any tree that doesn't have any foliage on it. Once you find them, cut them down, drag them back to the truck, cut them to length so they'll fit on the back of your truck. Once your truck's full, once you've cut all the trees down, hopefully that'll be one load. Then you strap it up. To strap it up, you just, I've got it set here. It's L on the keyboard, or if you've got something like this, you can see now that there's some orange straps going over the trees. I'll take them off so you can see what I mean. Off, on, that secures your load. So then when you take off, you can be assured that your trees aren't going to go, or the logs aren't going to go flying. You can also fold up the crane on the back. Where are we? What button is that? I think it's X on the joystick. Like I say, getting used to it. And as you can see, it does it automatically for you. Shuts it all down. Pops the guy back into the truck, so he's driving it. Lowers that down. And away you go. But we'll pop that back out so it's ready for the next one when I come back to it. Unfolds. You can see the deer in the background there too. Pity they don't make it a hunting game too. Anyway, so yeah, that's the deadwood contract. And now what we'll do is I'll show you the rock removal contract. And to do that, I'm over at a job at the moment, so we're going to scan through, there we are, the various, whoops, why can't I get into it? There. Okay, so this is the skid loader, skid thing. Skid steer. It's skid steer. And so what we'll do is we'll get out. We'll get it off the trailer. Let's jump outside so we can see it's okay. Yep. All right. So now what we're doing is we're looking for rocks. Now, as you can see, the circle is there on the map in the corner. Whoops. Trying to show you the controls. But now what we're looking for, and again we'll pop back outside. There we are. That was handy. One right over here. So what you're looking for when you're looking for the rocks is you've got red flags on the rock. They're not that easy to find. I was just lucky then. Because sometimes you'll spend ages hunting the rocks trying to find them all. But so what you're doing with this is you've got a jackhammer basically on this, and you line up for the rock, and you're going to basically lower that down into the rock. Once it's in the rock, you'll activate it. It'll start pounding away and breaking the rock up. After a while, the rock will shatter, and then it'll dissipate into gravel. So you know that you've done your job, plus the red flag disappears, as you can see there. Turn your machine off, go back in, lift it back up out of the way, and then we look for another one. And then what you're doing basically is, whoops, I've got these, whoops, set up wrong. Okay, so now we're looking for another one. So let's see if we can find one and show you how it's not very easy to do. Oh. And there's 3 in a row. That's the easiest I've ever had it. It's called Murphy's Law. Okay, so we move up here, drop this down into the rock, and again, where are we? Up a bit. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Fire away, break it up, and like I say, that it just demolishes the rock for you. Unfortunately, you can't take gravel and sell the gravel on the market because it's whoever owns this property, they choose to keep it for themselves. If you owned the property yourself and you're moving or removing rock, you would be able to scoop the rocks up, put them in a trailer, take them away and sell them on the open market. And okay, move that out of the way. So that's your rock removal. It's quite easy. Once you've removed all your rocks, your job's over, and then you can collect the reward for completing the contract. So that gives you an idea. And then once you've done that, you take your skid loader down to your low loader, load it back onto that, and drive away. And away you go. The detail too on these things is incredible. For example, if I can remember which one it is. Yeah, as you can see, the tray's open either side, and you've got all your tools and whatnot in there. They've thought of everything. It's really, really an excellent setup. You can undo the trailer. Oops, that undid the trailer. They attach it again. You can undo your back canopy and drive away. It goes down on its own feet. Just forgotten how to do it right now. But yeah, it's quite an immersive game. There's so many different things you can do. So yeah, that's a quick look. And that's only 2 of the different contracts that you get in the forestry. And like I say, you've got the animal husbandry, you've got the agriculture, and you've got the forestry. And I'm sure there's other mods that you can add to it to do other things. It's varied. And like I say, it has a little bit of everything for everybody. Like I say, it doesn't have everything for everybody, but it has a little bit of everything for everybody. And if it's something you're interested in, give it a go, because I highly recommend it. It's fun, and it performs great. Very few bugs. Like I say, I've had a couple of little issues with it lagging a bit in certain areas, but after that, it came good. So anyway, hopefully you liked it. If you did, please hit that like button. Hit the bell button too if you want to get notifications when I start making more videos. And share it with your friends if you did enjoy it, so that they can find out about it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers within the next month, and hopefully we'll hit that target. With your help, that will definitely be possible. Alright, so yeah, hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.